Number 4. Read a short passage and then listen to part of a lecture on the same topic. Then listen for a question about them. After you hear the question, you have 30 seconds to prepare and 60 seconds to record your answer.
Now read the passage about stress. You have 45 seconds to complete it. Please begin reading now. Now listen to part of a lecture in a psychology class. The professor is talking about an experiment.
Let me tell you about a classic experiment on rats. I think it was first done in the early 70s by Weiss and reported in the Scientific American. Anyway, the rats were divided randomly into 3 groups. Rats in the first group were given shocks, but just before the shock was induced, they received a warning in the form of a tone. The second group of rats was also given shocks, but this group didn't receive the warning tone. And the final, control group, received no shocks, but they were exposed to the same warning tone as the first group. After a few weeks, the rats were examined, and the animals that had received shocks with no warning were already showing severe signs of stomach ulcers. The other 2 groups of rats showed little or no instance of ulcers. According to Weiss, the experiment confirmed that unexpected events are more stressful than those that can be predicted. In related experiments, there was also evidence that even a small amount of control over the circumstances surrounding the stress can lower the negative effects. When rats were allowed to select their own rest and feeding times, they experienced less physical damage than did rats that received the same amount of rest and feeding at times that were selected for them.
Explain the causes of stress and relate them to the experiment with rats.
Please prepare your answer after the beep.